Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. McCusker, fellow colleagues and students. Tonight, I have been given the opportunity to speak to you about our honor code here at Cardigan. So I thought I would focus on the word honor and what it really means to each of us. The word appears a great deal throughout history. A wonderful example is in the closing sentence of the Declaration of Independence, which reads, "We mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." What were the signatories really saying about honor? Lives and fortunes? Pretty easy to understand. Your life, your stuff. Honor is a bit more elusive. So let's go through a few examples of honor. In the United States, the highest military award is the Congressional Medal of Honor. This medal is awarded for personal acts of valor above and beyond the call of duty. To give you an idea of its importance, only 3,468 have ever been presented. That is 3,468 out of approximately 57 million servicemen and women. That's only 0.006%, or 0.006%. We can clearly see it's important. But what does it really mean? We use honor in titles. Judges are often referred to as Your Honor in the courtroom. If you were asked to write an essay, many of you would probably first turn to the formal definitions. There are many definitions of honor as well. Here are two from Webster's. A person of superior standing, or one's word given as a guarantee of performance. I'll do it on my honor. People also have personal interpretations or ideas around honor. When I asked Mr. Hart, he immediately referenced golf. The idea of having the honor. Basically, after each hole, the person who had the fewest strokes on the hole before gets to tee off first on the next hole. Mrs. Flaherty and Ms. Young thought about honor in a different way. They thought about doing the right thing, or behaviors worth emulating. When I think about honor myself, I think a lot about integrity. I also think about my personal honor and the development of my own honor code over time. Like everyone, I've experienced challenges. I remember one experience from 7th grade very vividly. In order to set the stage, there's something I need you all to know about me. I have dyslexia, a learning difference. And I've had to work through that and try and overcome it my whole life. There's no real cure. You just have to learn things in a different way than most other people. So here's the story. Back in 7th grade, I was a reluctant reader. It was hard for me. So I really didn't read very much. But that was about to change. My English teacher that year was Mr. Klein, and one of the books he assigned was The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I was a little intimidated at first. It was a long book. But the adventure sucked me in. Wizards, dragons, dwarves, and of course, hobbits. I was absolutely hooked. I read the whole thing. I loved it. It was probably the first real novel I'd ever read. I was so excited about the book, and when it came time to write a paper, I even enjoyed that. So, here's where it gets interesting. One of my friends, Ken, I won't reveal his last last name to protect his reputation, had not read the book. Therefore, he was not in a position to write the paper. Since I had read the book and was so excited about it, he asked me if I would write the paper for him. I was flattered. No one had ever asked me something like that. So I wrote his paper for him. And we turned them in on the due date. Basically, I got wrapped up in the moment and didn't really think it all the way through. I didn't think about cheating. I certainly didn't think about honor. We got our papers back a few days later. I got a B on the paper, and Kenny got an A-. My feelings about this were all mixed up. I had done a better job on the paper I wrote for him than I had done on the one I wrote for myself. How could that be? I was frustrated, mostly with myself. We never got caught. I don't know if Mr. Klein ever suspected about this life lesson he taught me, about honesty, integrity, and doing the right thing. I may not have gotten in trouble, but I did pay a price. My school didn't have a specific code. At Cardigan, we do have an honor code, which is designed to help you do the right thing. If my school had had one back when I was in 7th grade, I probably would have thought more about writing Kenny's paper. I've provided lots of examples of that elusive idea of honor, and I hope you're putting together your own definition that helps you reflect on circumstances and do the honorable thing. Tonight, we're going to hear the honor code multiple times, and later this week in your advisory, you're going to be given the opportunity to make your own personal pledge to uphold that code. That action will bring you one step closer to deciding how to live your life as a man of honor. Thank you.